also want to know who's coming there, who's re-signing there because of the fact they feel like they had a quarterback. I don't think, this is the problem with this. The Browns are in a great position right now. Just not because of Deshaun Watson. But yes,
so the Texans won the trade.
I said the Texans won the trade.
Yeah, this is a playoff team literally built by the Browns.
Yeah.
And what did they give for Deshaun Watson in return? One good half of football?
Against Baltimore. Yeah, that's it.
One good half of football.
That's what we got.
Yeah.
And a lot of headache from a PR standpoint.
Big time. And that's not going away anytime soon because people are going to.
And an albatross of a contract that has made the owner a black sheep in NFL circles.
Not great.
Not great.
All right, second down.
Second down.
Dolphins at Chiefs. Who's going to make a bigger impact on this game, Tyreek Hill or the weather?
I'm going to say the weather. And it's the ball handling that I'm concerned with. It's supposed to be cold. It might be a little snowy. And so when you don't have that feel for the football, it could be a situation where it gets a little bit slick because it is so cold. I think that could end up being a problem, especially for the Miami Dolphins. I don't understand why the Dolphins would let it leak that they turned their indoor practice facilities temperature down to 50 degrees, as if that's going to somehow get them acclimated for what they're walking into in Arrowhead Stadium on Saturday night.
50 is not cold enough.
No, it's not. You got a whole nother 50 degrees to go, bro.
Practice in a freezer.
You got a whole nother 50 degrees to go. That's not close. So, I mean, the ball handling to me is going to be a little bit concerned. The Chiefs' defense has seen Tyreek Hill. He was once their teammate. They know what kind of speed they're walking in. Steve Spagnuolo have a plan in terms of limiting his touches, limited his explosives. So I think the weather by far is going to be a bigger factor.
I agree, but I wonder one thing. If one thing is true, does that make the inverse true? In other words, if the Chiefs receivers drop the ball in good weather, does that mean they catch the ball in bad weather?
No.
Wait, no, but that's exactly what I thought. You said people are going to have trouble hanging on to the ball.
They do anyway.
What about the people that already have trouble hanging on to the ball?
Well, they can't have more trouble.
Because I don't think the Chiefs are going to focus on the passing game. I think this is going to be an Isaiah Pacheco show.
Okay.
Whether it's him running the football or throwing it to him on screens, passes out of the backfield, it is Isaiah Pacheco. He is a bowling ball of knives coming downhill. And good luck to a depleted front seven in the Miami Dolphins trying to tackle that guy who all he wants to do is run through somebody's face.
A bowling ball of knives that just wants to run through somebody's face.
Yeah.
Pretty good to have.
It's pretty descriptive, though, right?
Yeah.
When you watch him run, I feel sorry for the ground when Isaiah Pacheco runs. He's angry.
He runs hard.
He's
There's
angry.
no question.
Third down.
Third down.
Steelers at Bills. Fill in the blank. If the Bills lose, blank.
I'll be a happy camper on Monday because I love Mike Tomlin and I'm all anti-Josh Allen and his turnovers. So I will sit here with the proverbial celebratory cigar in my mouth because all of my beliefs will come true. I'm not a big believer in caring too much about being right. I just care about starting a conversation, not winning a conversation. In this case, I want to win this conversation. I want to be right about Josh Allen being a turnover machine and Mike Tomlin just being a machine. That's how I feel in this sentence.
So two things. If the Bills lose,
yep,
Sean McDermott is out of a job, and how we look at Josh Allen changes for the foreseeable future. Because Josh Allen would be head-to-head at home against Mason Rudolph. And on the losing side of it.
You couldn't even say that.
I can't even say
get the words out.
because it doesn't even make sense.
You have water in here?
Again, like I've said before, under this current playoff format, we have never seen a 2-seed lose in wild card weekend. It hasn't happened. So if you're the first to make that history in a bad way, then all of a sudden I think the perception around you has to change. So everybody got to miss me with the elite quarterback nonsense. You're not elite if you're losing on wild card weekend to a Pittsburgh Steelers team that won't have TJ Watt and that's starting Mason Rudolph. I'm sorry. You're just not.
I agree. I said what I said.
I know.
He said I said what I said.
I mean,
what's the thing
I
about
said
that?
what I said.
Mason Rudolph.
Evan's standing on business.
I mean, I'm just saying.
what he said.
How much more does this show have to go in on we're sick of Josh Allen being equated to Patrick Mahomes until he approves it? Now, if he wins the Super Bowl, we have egg on our face. But we got to see that first.
But Ev, he's got over 40 touchdowns total.
Oh, my God.
Fourth down.
Fourth down.
Packers at Cowboys. Has Jordan Love done enough to prove that he's the future of the Packers?
Hell yeah, he has. He's the future. I mean, 6-2 in his last 8 starts, 18 touchdowns to 1 interception. He's proven that. Like this guy in the second half of the NFL season has been the best quarterback in the NFC. Since week 11, he's been the best quarterback in the NFC. And during that stretch, you're talking about wins over 2 current playoff teams. So Jordan Love has been absolutely outstanding. I think he's proven that regardless of what happens on Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys, the future is bright in Green Bay because of Jordan Love.
I don't think there's any question about that. I mean, he woke up in his new Bugatti. He's the future. I mean, that's where it is right now.
Well, I mean, think about it. This is the youngest team in the NFL, and it's the youngest team to make the playoffs since 1974. 1970, that's a long time ago.
Yep.
Half a century.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's what we're talking about. So, Jordan Love has put this team in this position, and I think it's now made it clear and obvious that the Green Bay Packers won that trade with Aaron Rodgers to the New York Jets. They won that trade.
We did our awards earlier this week on our show. We didn't give out Executive of the Year. I'm probably missing someone. For me, Brian Gutekunst is the answer to that question.
No, the answer is Eric DeCosta.
With the Ravens?
Bullying Lamar Jackson into their contract is Eric DeCosta.
Okay, but
he's going to win MVP.
But does
and
that
you got
happen
the best
that way?
record in the league.
It's usually somebody that makes moves, isn't it?
That is a move.
Well, re-signing is different.
That was a huge move.
I'm not saying it's not, but I just think that
trying to negotiate off of the precedent of the Deshaun Watson contract, a quarterback in your division, and finding a way to bully Lamar into a more traditional contract structure. And oh, by the way, going out and signing Jadeveon Clowney, going out and getting Odell Beckham Jr., drafting Zay Flowers.
He's done a great job.
He's done a phenomenal job.
I'm fine, but here's
signing Roquan Smith. There's a great
I'm
job.
totally fine with that. I think Eric DeCosta is known as a big-time executive. I think it's about time we put Brian Gutekunst was known to the public as the guy that was feuding with Aaron Rodgers. He's better at his job right now than Aaron Rodgers is at his.
Yeah, and look at New England. They moved on from Tom Brady, and everybody thought that was the right move, and it turned out not to be. So Green Bay, the situation could have been the same. They could have moved on from Aaron Rodgers, and he could have had great success elsewhere. That's not how it played out.
Absolutely.
All right, we have a bonus down. Do we have a sounder for this?
Bonus down.
Bonus down. Rams at Lions. Has the Stafford trade been a win-win for both teams?
How could you say it's not? I mean, the foundation for what the Lions are is built on the 2 first-rounders that they were able to get from the LA Rams. So, yeah, I would absolutely say it's a win-win. The Rams got what they wanted out of this deal. They got a championship. Sorry, Smalls. I know you don't want good things for that franchise.
Never.
But they won a championship with Matt Stafford, so that's mission accomplished. And the Lions feel like they're on their way in the next 3 to 5 years to being able to do the same. So, yeah, I think it is a win-win. I don't know how you look at it otherwise.
It's one of the most win-win situations we have ever seen by way of trade in the NFL.
Yep.
I don't know that anyone could come up with a trade that is more of a win-win. A few reasons why. Stafford obviously gets the title. Let's also not forget, they got paid off to take Jared Goff. They got a first-round pick, they being the Lions. 1 first-round pick for Stafford, 1 first-round pick to take Goff's contract on. Jared Goff has been an excellent quarterback for the Lions the last 2 years. Think about it. Would a team that thinks that I'll give you one. Would the Atlanta Falcons give up a future first rounder for Jared Goff? Probably. He's young enough and good enough where if you put him around those weapons, that could be a big time team. So that is an awesome trade for both parties. And by the way, I see a bonus question on here from Nuno. Are Lions fans allowed to wear a Stafford jersey at the game? No. You can't wear a Stafford jersey.
He's the opposition.
No. At his retirement ceremony, yes.
But it's a Lions jersey, though.
No.
But you cannot wear a Stafford jersey.
No.
He's on the other team.
It's an ode to Matt Stafford.
No.
It's an ode to Matt Stafford. You got to show him some love. Listen, the Lions tried to knock the career out of this dude. Remember, this is the same franchise that forced Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson to retire in the heart of their prime.
You know what? If I'm a Lions fan, I could have love for Matt Stafford every single day, but that day. Every single day, but that day.
No chance.
They haven't hosted a playoff game since the 90s.
You cannot do that. That is awful.
No.
Absolutely awful if you were to do that. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. We got I'm Over It coming up. We do have you guys jumping in, hopefully, on the Dr. Pepper call-in line here. Can you wear that jersey? If you're a Lions fan, can you wear a Stafford jersey to the game against the Rams this weekend? We'll get your phone calls in. Plus, I'm Over It next on Sportsmanlike ESPN Radio.